I just told you don't record me.
You'll be fine.
No, just yeah. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel.
Hi guys. So this is the park up where we left off in the last video.
Someone said on the park for night is amazing park up, but obviously we go here when it was dark. So yeah, it was a nice surprise this morning. We even got a little waterfall there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you probably won't see it, but
just over there you might be able to see there's a waterfall. It's just outside of I think it's 87 or 882. I can't quite remember. Here
I think it's 87.
But beautiful next to the river or stream or whatever this is here. We're heading next to Allt Cottage, which I've looked up this morning. There's a lot of places called Allt around here. Turns out Allt is the, I believe, Gaelic word for river, stream, burn. So essentially it's the river cottage, if you like. So we're going to head there now and take a look.
So the park was literally a minute drive from this little white house, which is just behind this little hill.
Unfortunately, they are replacing the bridge, as you can see just here. Sorry, I'll move my glove. So they're replacing the bridge here. And the guy who is repairing it has just told us that if we head upstream, there is supposed to be some stepping stones. But he's also said the river is only very shallow.
Okay, don't record me.
There's a rock under that bush there to stand on.
I just told you don't record me.
You'll be fine.
No, just yeah. 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 You know me, I can't walk straight. I'm not going in. Joshua.
Bye for now. I made it enough without getting the feet wet, guys. You survived.
Well, I don't trust myself, do I?
No, 150 quid for you to return. But what a beautiful landscape, Lee. And then this stream here, which, given it's called Red Stream Cottage, is more grey in colour, I'd say.
Yeah.
But beautiful nevertheless. And then that Glen Brittle that there's signposts for at the bottom is apparently over this ridge on the other side. They were saying it was quite a trek, so yeah, we'll go along here, get the drone out and get a few little videos.
So I don't know how well you can hear me, but we got here, took some drone footage and some pictures, and we're just gonna go to waterfalls, which are apparently 6 minutes walk from here. They're not massive, but they look nice. So yeah, nothing really to tell you about this house. It just looks cool in the middle of nothing. So yeah, we're just gonna make our way to waterfalls.
So I don't know how well you can hear me over the water. But this little waterfall here is beautiful, especially with that backdrop. And the water is crystal clear. I imagine it's freezing as well. So pretty.
Just go to them ferry poles and look at this. This is just the view from the parking. So amazing. You would have seen already the route which led here. Honestly, so amazing. even though I repeat myself with the word amazing, but it clearly is. And I think we'll just have to walk there, but I'm not entirely sure. And it's £8 to park here. There is nowhere else you can park around, so you just have to pay. That is for the car. So for motorhome is more, but I'm not entirely sure how much.
So we're here at the car park for the fairy pools, like Cash has already told you about. And obviously we've got the view here. And just here we've got an information board. We all know how much I like an information board. And it turns out the fairy pools were only given the name in the 1900s because it became more of a tourist destination because, like it says on the board, who doesn't want to visit the land of the fairies? Now it turns out fairies are not what we imagine in our heads of, you know, tiny little beings with wings. The Scottish ones at least were sometimes life-sized or just very short people, little red people in fact. The women wore shaggy green clothing and had wrinkled caps, and the men dressed in any colour but had blue bonnets. And they didn't fly, but instead galloped at full speed on horses in dangerous places while sat facing backwards with their head resting on the horse's tail, which is bizarre. But I've just noticed that it gives you a translation. So if you remember earlier, we were at Skye something, I can't remember the name of the mountain. And then we had Glamaig. And there's actually a translation here of what each of the mountain names means from left to right. The deer forest coming down there. This middle one is Peak of Chanter. Then you've got Peak of Barnacle just behind it there. Then what we've got the Ridge of Orr, which is that part there. And then this one here is apparently Peak of the Dog. So very interesting. We have got a sign with a map, and apparently it will take 1 mile or 1.6 kilometres and to leave up to 40 minutes, and it's a strenuous path. So we'll see how we get on with that. So I just read there, guys, that in this area it's protected for golden eagles. It'd be amazing to see one of those, but I reckon the thermals are way higher than they are here right now. So we'll keep our eyes peeled either way. Made it to essentially the top of where the main path ends. So as you can see here now, this big wide gravel path turned into a more smaller footpath, goat path if you like. But all the way up you've got these little fairy pools that you've seen in the video. Don't know how much further they go. It looks like it turns into more of a little stream from here on out.
Yeah.
And sort of imagine the water pouring down this big crack in this mountainside here.
It's amazing how far we've been as well from the mountains, you know, on the road, and now we're just literally standing next to them.
And still, they look like there's a long way to go if you wanted to go to the top of them. They're all snow-capped, which is just beautiful. It's quite cold, but now we're in between these mountains. The wind's gone.
So it's not that bad.
It's not too bad until the wind gets you. The wind chill's quite bad, but the water is turquoisey colour, and it's really, really, really pretty to see. So we're going to head back to the van now, which, if you can see, is all the way over there.
Can you even see it?
Yeah. So we're going to head there now.
So we go back to the van. Surprisingly, I managed to walk up this hill without any stop. I was challenging myself, to be honest, and I was out of the breath when we got here. And we just, I made a little sandwich. We thought we were gonna have the dinner, but we just thought maybe quick sandwich will do us, and then wherever we're gonna stop because we need to go to campsite tonight, we're just gonna cook there. we stopped in this beautiful spot to take some pictures, and we were flying drone. And I thought, I'll just grab one picture of the van. And obviously, been in the Crocs, and I step into water. And Josh passed me some socks. Look at them bad boys. I can't believe we've actually been wearing them in Canada.
Needed them in Canada.
I mean, we needed them. Look at that. Yeah. I will be looking very fashionable with my Crocs and them socks.
Okay.
But at least I will be warm. Hello, what are you doing?
Sticker on. See if I recognise it.
We are just, what is it called? Portree?
Portree.
That's the nice looking village. There is like a port there as well, and a lot of colourful houses. So it looks very, very cute.
Just nothing to the co-op to grab a few essentials before carrying on.
Yeah, because for now we can't find a campsite. Everything.
I think everything's shut.
Everything is shut, so we struggled.
That's it for this week's video. Come back next week for more from our Scotland trip. And please hit like and subscribe, as it costs you nothing but means the world to us. Thanks for watching. See you next week.